Hello Sagittarius, kia ora koutou katoa. Welcome to my YouTube channel and thank you so much for tuning in and watching the content, and I hope it continues to resonate with you. So just before I continue, please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't subscribed yet. I'm going to take those too, and also leave a comment or a thumbs up if they do resonate with you. I'm always curious to see how it pans out for everybody, and just doing those things will help me to get a gauge of that. So and also drop a line in the content if there's something that you're wanting to learn about, know about, and I can share some ideas and or tools for you in other videos. Okay, cool. So today we are going to be doing a mind, body, soul, spirit, soul sort of a flow today. So it's just looking at where your mindset is and what actions you can take, and or suggestions of movements to help you along your way with whatever it is that you're processing at the moment, or what's going on in your life at the moment, and also where your spirit is within you, and something to like guide you in that way, in the sense of lifting your spirits, raising your vibration, you could say, but I'm more in the more we're more connecting with the spirit within, and and when our spirit is when our spirits are high, it's like we're ready to go. When they're sitting a little bit low, it's finding that balance. We need to be there sometimes in order to learn things as well, but it's like, so it's not necessarily, they're not a bad thing or a negative thing. So it's just finding that balance, and I mean, through life we go through these ebbs and flows, don't we? So it's like learning how to manage them, figuring out how to manage, and know that this too will pass as we're going through things. So, and Archangel Michael. So I've got the moon cards that are coming through with the mindset, or the mind, and where our thoughts are, and also Archangel Michael has come through to share some messages for you. So the angels have been quite prominent with the readings for the last 3 weeks, so I'm just going to roll with it. So there could be something, with you, Sagittarius, that is just rolling with it, just rolling with things and see where they're going. I feel like I want to take another one out of here. Okay. And see where it takes you. So, and it's not saying don't have any plans or any goals or anything like that, or a strategy is how you're going to get from A to B with whatever that is, but it's more around just knowing that when you've set that intention, or when you've got something in mind, is just don't overthink it, what might be that in between those next steps, or not overthink it, so you ruin it, so you stop or slow yourself down when you probably could be moving a little bit more with a little bit more momentum. Okay, so anyway, we're going to go back because we have a full moon energy that's coming up soon, and it's nothing is yet set in stone with this with the first card here, mutable moon. So mutable is like immutable. It's interesting that they use that one. So there's something that's mutable, that's, it's changeable. You can make some changes, like they're saying. Nothing is set in stone. The next card is a new romantic cycle begins. So this is a new moon in Libra, this one. So a new romantic cycle begins. And for some of you, I feel like that is, that is going to happen, or that is happening already for you, for some of you. So what that, yeah, okay, and maybe the mind is going a little bit crazy there, and so it's maybe, I'm just kind of feeling like this being a little bit more flexible. Okay, so with this, in the physical side, in the body side, there's this like being thankful and grateful. So going into that space of, even though that's a mind, we're thinking about that, but this is about, it's being grateful and thankful and saying please to yourself and namaste. So there may be some, some unhelpful thoughts that are coming through, whether you're good enough, those self-sabotaging sort of things, and beating yourself up. and and banging your head against the wall about something. So be kind to yourself. So like taking those self-care type steps, as in going for a walk and getting some exercise or something like that, and walking it out, or doing some stilling yourself, as in meditation, and going in with that intention that you're going to just still your thoughts, okay, and slow those thoughts going, and taking a look at them will help you still them, okay, rather than being all scattered around, and letting yourself know that actually, yes, I can sort this out. So I feel like that's like when letting yourself know. I was just thinking, where did that come from? So letting yourself, talking to yourself, and letting yourself know that actually everything is okay. Okay. Cool. So, an interesting here on a spiritual level here, that's talking about, stepping back, sometimes we've got to step back and stand still and just watch what's going on around, in order to like figure out what is going on around, so you can figure out what actually is going on within. So there's something, there's that self-reflection there, some of that, of course, but it's also, sometimes we just got to like, we can be in a bit too much of a rush, or we can be in that space of trying to control things, and we want to know, and yes, there is some things that would be helpful to know, but it's like not pushing it. And the universe is at the moment is trying to get us to like connect more within our inner self, our inner tuition, and listen to that more, to guide us, and when we're making decisions. And there's also, it's not saying kicking out, out the door the logic side of things, or the intellectual side of things, but it's finding that balance. And there's probably an imbalance there that I'm feeling that is that's coming up. That's why that is coming up. So going back to, I'm just going to bring the tarot out now. So going back to this, the mind here. So okay, the Prince of Cups. See, there's somebody coming towards you, someone. So whether you're a male or a female energy, the prince can be a princess as well. I'm actually more thinking of the page, actually, but there is the Knight of Cups, I should say. But I'm drawn to the page as well with this one. So there's somebody coming towards you, or you're going towards somebody. So with this romantic cycle that's going on here. So just go with it, and just be flexible, around certain things. It may be that something for some of you there may have been a that's just been thrown in there, a date or something that's come up, and it's maybe it's not going to pan out, and so there are things that are moving. So maybe you had something, this is not for everybody, and feeling a little bit disappointed that it didn't turn out in the way, like the date or the arrangement didn't turn out in a way that you would have liked. But I'm just hearing it's like not overthinking that, okay? There is something there, and it's taking one step at a time. The Ten of Pentacles, this energy, it could lead to something that is really, really really nice. So when the Ten of Pentacles, and even though it says wealth at the top of here, it's a wealth of everything, or abundance of everything, like coming together and success in that way. So this relationship, could be a really, really lovely relationship that is that would work really, really well. It's just, not beating yourself up to, or overthinking things, or overstepping the mark, rushing into something. And some of you maybe, some of you maybe not, but it's just like, and just taking, just stepping back and watching how you are, because at the end of the day, it's about ourselves, isn't it? And how we're responding to it, and then respond accordingly, okay? I didn't go to these last two cards. So with the soul, on a soul level, the beloved one, Archangel Shemuel, has come through. I am helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. So, wow, there's something that's going on there. I'll just move that out of the light so it's not so glary there with you. So Archangel, as far as the relationship side goes, so some of you may be already in a relationship, and there may just be something going on there that needs a little bit tweaking, and where you're maybe coming back together again, and there's something has, I'm just doing some sort of interference, or in some way there may have been a trauma, in some way that's kind of like, you know, one has pulled away from the other to sort that out, to sort something out, and there's may have been a little bit titchiness, so it's just coming back together. So something is being solved, but, you know, allowing yourself to go there, do your processing while they do theirs, if that's the case with you. And sometimes, and I'm hearing like a beloved one coming through as well. So even though Shemuel is talking about that, you know, he's calling you the beloved one, I do feel like there's the beloved one that's over in spirit that's connecting through as well, and saying, you know, let me help, or remember, and let me help in the sense that remind yourself about what had happened with me, okay? And to give you some clues, and where to go or where not to go with it, okay, depending on your situation. Clairsentience is the other card here, from Archangel Raguel, and notice your recurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. So, which is where they were going before, okay? Observing about what is going on with you, because when we go in there, we find out so many things about ourselves, and we clear so many things. Some, you know, there's the good, the bad, and the ugly that come through within ourselves, but that's a part of our makeup in a way, and a part of a learned thing that we're looking at, and we're unraveling some mysteries and solving some things about, you know, different situations, patterns, you know, and that sort of thing that have, you know, held us at bay in some way or form, or projected us forward. So it's not always it's not necessarily always that there is looking at our weaknesses with it. It's bringing us, it can be looking at our strengths as well. But often at the moment, it's like finding where what is being distracting us, and like a weakness, you could say, to correct that, so we're more on a path of, or more in the movement of, to where moving in a direction of where we most need to go, or most want to go, or most have to go, or most, you know, decide to go, you know, and heading in that direction, okay, to fulfill something, to, you know, rectify something, whatever that is. So they're really getting us to, you know, pulling all that stuff out, to be more in tune with ourselves and knowing our own truth in that way, and let that guide us, okay, rather than something else's truth or someone else's truth. So you're well on the path. Most of us, you know, are well on the path. There's just a few kinks here that are coming out. So the Three of Swords here is like, this one here is like there is some sort of sorrow, so that maybe that, you know, you're stuck in from the past, and may not necessarily be, well, sorrow for some of you and like a broken heart, but I don't feel like, you know, I feel like this is, you know, focusing on where you want to be rather than where you don't want to be, okay? So it's like, but also in this time is like, you know, being kind to yourself. Oops, I'm not going to take all that, that's half the dang deck. The moon, okay, so the moon may help you to push back, you know, push the back or push through whatever it is that is, you know, in guidance, because there's a pathway there. And it's like, not when I say push back or push through, it's push back. Okay, that's interesting, because there's a path there, so it's either going to push you through the path or push you back. So it's by the, like, you could, you know, I feel like there's a pushback in that. So you may need to push back something in order to push forward, okay, with that one. Interesting how that all came out. So you'll know what they mean by that given your own circumstances, okay? So, but there is a clear pathway. The moon is guiding you where to, you know, clearing a pathway or showing you the pathway. But it's just like, okay, there are some emotional things that are going on, but it's like, let's not let that stop us or prevent us from moving in a direction where we know we want to go, okay? Or we know that needs to slow or stop. Does that make sense? And that's like, it's, yeah, okay, I get that. Okay, shush. Just say shush. So your mind may be going all over the place and trying to make excuses and justify things. Okay, the Nine of Cups. So there's, wish fulfilled with this cup. So everything is coming together with this happiness. It's just, allowing, like the Spirit are trying to say here, or working to, to guide you here with allowing yourself to move with the flow of it. Take a look at what needs to be taken and look at, and then continuing on with that. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there for you now, Sagittarius, and we'll see you next week, and with the continuation of here. Okay, I was just going to say, so apologize because the other videos, I have had a few people like message me and say, where's Sagittarius? And it's like, ugh, I should have put a post up to let you know that your videos, for some reason, these last 2 weeks were just not loading up, no matter what I did. So whatever it is, there is clearly something that you were processing, that you were able to do it without this guidance, but also the guidance of some of the other videos, and this will probably answer some of that for you. Okay, awesome. Bye for now, and I'll see you next week. God bless.